нового в этой подготовке у тебя?
Все было
Чем
нормально.
отличается? Чем
Пока ты не
отличается?
приехал 2 дня назад,
Islam Makhachev didn't just train for a fight, he designed a plan, a trap that Jack Della Maddalena might walk right into without realizing it. The atmosphere around his camp this week feels different. It's not the loud, hyped up kind of energy. It's focused, still, and calculated. Every small sound in the gym matters. The sharp smack of pads, the steady breathing, the rhythm of control. This isn't a show for the cameras. This is precision in motion. Makhachev already seems to know how this story will end.
Yeah, just going in, obviously, I think he's one of the best fighters in the world. I don't look at it as like he's a different weight class. I just look at it as he's coming up to fight me in my weight class. I think it's a tough fight. I definitely think he's one of the best champions at the moment. Obviously, he's vacated the belt, but he's like one of the long reigning champions. So I'm excited. Toughest fight of my career. Feel good. Feel like I got the right game plan now. It's just a matter of putting it together on the night.
Every second in his camp reflects one message: precision. Islam isn't chasing excitement or headlines, he's chasing perfection. His days are strict: train, recover, and stay locked in. No social media, no talk, just work. His entire focus is on refining every move. He's not just preparing to fight opponents anymore, he's learning how to break them down piece by piece.
Try and block it out. Sometimes, obviously, it's hard not to see it. I just try and block it out. Everyone has to have an opinion. So yeah, I try not to take too much of it on board.
But on the other side, Jack Della Maddalena arrives at fight week calm and unshaken. It's the kind of calm that could mean confidence or danger. He's not worried about interviews or attention. When asked about facing Islam Makhachev, Jack smiled, steady and sure. He called Islam a legend, then added words that caught everyone off guard. Respect doesn't mean fear.
It's hard, you know, because it was such a rough sport. You get beat up, going home, and my parents are sort of still just learning the sport, and then they sort of see you just come home and get beat up. It's rough, but I still love competing, still love the sport, so just got better from that, but then obviously had another fight.
So the second loss, what do you think of that?
Same sort of thing. It's like, oh, why am I doing this? Just like, but still love the sport, love training, and then my coaches also wanted me to give more, so he kept pushing me, and but then just got like a win, and then just kept training, kept getting wins together.
That one line set social media ablaze, because when a powerful striker like JDM says he's not scared of one of the sport's most dominant grapplers, it either means he's lost his mind or he's onto something big, and we'll only find out when that cage door closes. But what's been happening behind the scenes in Islam's camp might just change everything fans think they know about his preparation. Jack admits the spotlight can feel overwhelming. The interviews, the predictions, the constant noise, it's a lot. But he says he doesn't let any of it get to him. It's just noise, he says, and noise can affect someone who's already comfortable in chaos. He's tuned out the distractions, locked into his own process, and believes that pressure doesn't exist when you know exactly what you're made for.
Listen, so I fully recognize how good JDM is. He's obviously got great boxing. He's big. He can grapple as well. And he seemingly has great cardio. And we just watched him and Bilal Muhammad get after it. Bilal did get 3 takedowns. Bilal stayed in his face, but Bilal did not win that fight because JDM stayed composed, dotted him up. On one hand, this could be more of that. On the other hand, I think Islam is a different beast. I think we have seen Islam with dog in him, like the Dustin Poirier fight, like the first Alexander Volkanovski fight. We've seen Islam not have an easy go at it and still push through and still make it happen. So I do think Islam will get the takedowns, because when Islam takes you down, it is very different when Bilal Muhammad takes you down. Bilal's got good control, but Islam just has next level control, and he will look for submissions, and he stays busy. My only concern for Islam is actually his cardio.
But to really understand Jack, you have to look back. Before the bright lights and big stages, he was just another fighter trying to figure it out. Losing matches, doubting himself, wondering if he'd ever make it. He's been through the nights of doubt and the mornings that test your will to continue. He's faced losses that could have broken him, but instead, they built him. Those early setbacks didn't crush him. They shaped him into the fighter he is now.
I think his cardio is a little overrated. I think if you're in a fight with Dustin Poirier and you're that exhausted and it's coming down to the 5th round and everybody's a bloody mess, it's actually a little, and I'm not trying to shade Dustin here because I understand what an absolute dog he is. It was actually a little like, I can't believe this went this long. And even in that first Alexander Volkanovski fight, he went to hell and back, and I'm not taking anything away from Volk, but it didn't seem like Islam was as fresh as he should have been. And granted, that was at 155. The dude's tremendous, cutting insane weight. So I am curious to see what the cardio looks like. But the cardio is actually my only concern here. I think skill-wise, he's totally fine. I think the wrestling is great. The control is great. I am worried that maybe he's carrying around all this extra weight and the cardio might not be there.
Now, here he stands, one win away from greatness, facing the most complete fighter in MMA today. It's the ultimate matchup. The technician versus the knockout artist. The master of control versus the man who can end a fight with a single strike.
It's coming up real fast, a couple of weeks. 2 more weeks, about 2 more weeks. And we're going to have the biggest fight of the year. Champion versus champion, lightweight champion. Islam Makhachev, who's on a tear. I think he's on a 15-fight win streak. I think he's 1 fight away from tying Anderson Silva's epic 16-fight win streak. So he could become the double champ, the first ever lightweight to move up to welterweight, hold 2 belts at once, and also tie for the longest win streak in UFC history. This is it, guys. This is a big moment. I'm going to tell you guys right away, I'm picking Islam Makhachev. Now, this is no easy fight. I don't want to make this sound like it's going to be an easy fight, but I want to give you guys my pick.
Meanwhile, back in Makhachev's camp, things are changing fast. Khabib Nurmagomedov has returned, not just as a coach, but as a leader commanding the room. You can feel his influence everywhere. Islam doesn't simply train under Khabib. He learns from him, absorbs every detail, every drill, every bit of wisdom. Together, they're building a near-perfect formula, perfecting each takedown, each transition step by step.
Why am I picking Islam Makhachev? Here's the thing. We've seen plenty of Islam. We've seen him fight. We've seen him be in hard fights. Like the Dustin Poirier fight was not an easy fight. That was not an easy fight. Dustin put up a real battle. And he's very similar to JDM in the sense that he's very heavy boxing. Now, of course, their boxing style is very different. But Islam Makhachev has dealt with this type of problem before. A very slick boxer who wants to keep him at distance and punish him with the hands. Dustin Poirier tried it. And actually, Dustin Poirier did really well. Now imagine Dustin Poirier was a little bit bigger.
But there's a twist. MMA analyst Angelo Benedetti recently pointed out something that's got fans thinking. He said Islam's wrestling remains world class, but at a heavier weight, his endurance might be tested. Cardio becomes the real fight, he explained. If the match stretches into the later rounds, that's where things could start to shift.
JDM, you could say, is a little bit more careful than Dustin Poirier. Dustin Poirier is the type of guy who's going to get more into a blood and guts fight than JDM. Now, JDM has gotten into plenty of bloody battles. But I would say he's more surgical. JDM is the type of guy, he's going to beat you sometimes. He could beat you with 1,000 paper cuts. Not to say he doesn't turn it on when he needs to, but you'll notice JDM, when he's punching, he's just tapping you. He's just tapping you. He's not pulling all his power into it. He's not pulling all his might. He's not swinging it from behind. He's not telegraphing. He's not ducking and chucking. No. He's dabbing you. Dab, dab. He's chipping away at you. Chip, chip, chip. It takes a lot of discipline to punch that way. That punching style makes it harder to grab on.
And that's where the danger lies. If Jack can weather the storm early and drag Islam into deep waters, the momentum could swing. Bilal Muhammad, who's trained with Islam and also shared the cage with Jack, gave his own take.
I think Islam this is the perfect weight class for him. He's still going to struggle a tiny bit with the cut, but nowhere near the 55. I want people to understand, these guys would start cutting weight their last 2 weeks just to make 55. They're dieting down. They're doing Epsom salt bath. Like on the Monday before the fight, they start doing Epsom salt baths then.
That's crazy to do it that early.
They're doing it that early.
So they're just dehydrated for a week?
They're just dehydrating themselves. And then what they do is they eat a little bit, they drink a little, lose another pound or two. They eat a little bit, drink a little bit, lose another pound or two. Like they just do it in days so it doesn't affect them as much throughout the week. It's just a whole week of being miserable. Jeez. Whereas fighters, the rest of us fighters are like, no, I'm going to diet a little bit or whatever, kind of train, whatever my weight.
Yeah, you cut out salt a couple weeks out and you eat clean and then water load and ditch it.
Yeah, you water load Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Wednesday you're cutting weight a little bit. Thursday, you're really cutting, like there's no more water intake, and then Friday you make.
Bilal said straight up, if the fight goes to the ground, Jack's in serious trouble. Islam's top control is smothering. Every move, every inch given becomes an opportunity for a choke or submission. But he also warned that Jack's unpredictable style could cause problems. Jack doesn't follow patterns. He scrambles, takes risks, and sometimes creates chaos where control usually wins. That kind of unpredictability could be Islam's toughest challenge. This isn't just a fight. It's a clash of two mentalities. One built on structure, patience, and discipline. The other driven by instinct, chaos, and heart. So the question remains, who will control the chaos? Will Islam Makhachev once again prove why he's called the architect of order, adding another chapter to his legacy? Or will Jack Della Maddalena break the script, shake the MMA world, and rewrite history at Madison Square Garden? Because once that cage door shuts, only one truth will remain, and the other will fade into silence.